It's away from one of the big ones of the day, the Hareeba Stakes. On track will run through, and then Gary will tell us a little bit more about his numbers of 3, 1, 4 and 2. Prince Rubiton has been very easy on track. You're right on the mark on the tote at 4:40. Sir Chuckle, it's going to be right up on the pace. It's moved in a couple of points. 7.30 is now $2 worth of value compared to what they're betting on track number 2. Slalom, last year's winner, is under what they're betting on the track. It has been easy. Lewinsky, near enough the mark, $7. Irish Pride over from WA, unders the tote at around $6. Reactive is the one that's big value, $13. It's starting to tighten up. Has been easy on track, but there's still about $3 or $4 worth of value. Royal Rule, the one I didn't mind prior to coming to the meeting, $20 odd. There is some value. Let's get to the tips.
Yeah, Andrew, it's a tough race. As you can see my book here, I've chopped and changed that many times, but I put the 3 on top. Slalom, he won the race last year, looks very well. He's drawn and won. He should get the run of the race, and I think if he can just get that bit of luck, because I think that's what's going to win this race. It's such an even race. Yep. The one, Prince Rubiton, very good galloper. He ran well at Caulfield, had big weights there, and he'll appreciate this here. The 2, Sir Chuckle, gee, he looked magnificent in the mounting yard. Good all-the-way winner at Caulfield, should run all right. And the 4, Lewinsky, I thought his run at Werribee was very good. He's a nice type of horse, and Lee Freeman's horses are really firing at the moment. Yep. And his big, strong horse should get over the top of them. So 3, 1, 4 and 2 is the way I mark them. All
right, 3, 1, 4 and 2 for the Hareeba. On track, Prince Rubiton, just while we've been on air, has drifted out a little bit more. It's really been a sizable drifter. It still remains favourite, but is now being threatened by Sir Chuckle, number 2. $7.20 on my screen for Sir Chuckle is still very good value. Race 6, the Hareeba, Matt's coming up in about 2 to 3 minutes' time.
It is such a good race, Andrew, with Prince Rubiton second up today, the favourite ahead of Irish Pride, but there's a lot of pluses next to Slalom's name as well. We showed you the trial at Cranbourne of Slalom's. It was excellent, behind a horse by the name of Ice Point. Doesn't know how to run a bad race, Slalom. It's had 45 starts for 12 wins and 16 placings. First up record is excellent too. 6 starts for 3 wins and a couple of minors. 4, 13 and 5 at Morphettville, near missed the winner. 4.41.70, Profit Stream and Ground Speed. The trifecta, $246. We're going to take a break on Sky Racing, then back with one of the features from Mornington, the Hareeba Stakes. The Rex weight through on the previous at Morphettville. Prince Rubiton, the favourite at Mornington. Repeating, this is a value bet race. The number to call, 1902 238 238. Here's Greg Miles for the Hareeba Stakes.
Gattaca, who'll take the outside barrier, Reactive and St Christoph to move in. Favourite Prince Rubiton. Sir Chuckle still remains the value runner, even though he continues to come in on the tote. He's been well tried and he's shorter on course. Slalom, Irish Pride, some money for Reactive after initially being easy. Just about right to run now, 1200. Gattaca to come up and complete the lineup. Slalom won it last year with 55.5 kilos. He's well in the market here today as well. Gattaca went in and completed it, so they're set to go. White cap on Reactive. Prince Rubiton, similar colours. They're ready. Racing in the Hareeba, and Raymond Arch out the back in company with Royal Rule and Gattaca, and first out Prince Rubiton. Irish Pride is going with him, and Sir Chuckle's driving for the lead. Call Me Sid coming across too, but Sir Chuckle led. Call Me Sid is settling down second, 2 lengths away. Irish Pride outside Prince Rubiton, 1 to Shea Spice. They're followed by St Christoph outside Slalom, about 7th the rail. 2 Lewinsky, 2.5 Reactive, who's not going well round that 800 turn. 4 or 5 lengths further back is Gattaca, and then Raymond Arch and Royal Rule on the outside, 15 off the leader. They're flying up the side inside the 600. Sir Chuckle from Call Me Sid. Irish Pride is right behind them third. They're followed by Prince Rubiton getting up on the rail, and then Shea Spice. Slalom being followed by St Christoph, and then Lewinsky, and a break Reactive, and then came Royal Rule round the turn. Sir Chuckle in front. On the outside, Call Me Sid, and now Irish Pride called on for the run. Prince Rubiton is held up trying to get clear behind them, and then Slalom and St Christoph. It's Call Me Sid taking the lead. lead. Prince Rubiton along the inside and Irish Pride the outside. Call Me Sid tackled by Irish Pride. Slalom comes late. Prince Rubiton. Call Me Sid just had an advantage. Call Me Sid has won it from Irish Pride. Maybe Prince Rubiton grabbed third. Close up as Slalom. Reactive made a lot of ground. So did Roman Arts right behind them. Followed closely in the field then by Lewinsky. And next to finish was Gattaca, Royal Rule, Sir Chuckle folding up towards the end, chased by Sanson Krezov. Call Me Sid has won it. Number 10, it's a blowout. Reese McLeod at Never Needs. It'll pay $44.60 and $10. Number 10, Call Me Sid was first. Second goes to 6 Irish Pride. Third to number 1, Prince Rubiton. 10, 6 and 1. It's an upset result. 10, 6 and 1. He's got in about a half head on the line. Fourth placing went to number 3, Slalom, and they've run 1 minute 10.3 seconds. About 0.9 slower than Slalom recorded in setting a course record last year. So Call Me Sid up on the pace all of the way. Just kept fighting enough to get home. He was beaten at Werribee last time out behind the Mookster. Just struggled in the last little bit of that race. Did get tightened up, I suppose, a little bit, but a winner before that at Caulfield over Jearns Jester. Drew an outside barrier, worked across to be with the leaders, and he kept on fighting this afternoon in a surprise result for most of us anyway. $44.60 and $10. Second, $2.10. Third, $1.70. Again, underlying how the front runners dominating here today. Quinella paid $111.70. Exacta $338.20. Trifecta $1,219.30. Running double, a pair of 10s, $172.70. Setting up what is certain to be a big quaddie here today. 10, 6 and 1. Fourth in was number 3. And fifth in was number 8. Ahead by a neck, the time 110.31 on the first of our features.
Okay, Greg, thank you. 10, 6 and 1 on the Hareeba Stakes. Call Me Sid. $44.60 and $10. Well, in the straight they were queuing up. Irish Pride, Prince Rubiton and Slalom included, but they couldn't get the bolter. The trifecta $1,219. There's Reese McLeod taking out today's Hareeba. He'll be thrilled with that. Fourth, thank you. We're leaving Eagle Farm there and heading to Morphettville for some late information regarding the Magic Millions. Here's Hilton.
Righto, thank you, Matt. We'll wait for the big line. Here we go. Right, they're at the barrier and about to move in. As we've got a rendition of a Frank song in the background. And they are about to come up for the Magic Millions. Wide open betting race. And there's been several changes on the TAB. 560 and favourite number 12, Fragmentation. And they are all at the gates and none in line at the moment. Right, it's a big day here. 510 for the 12. Where are we? 640 number 2, 670 number 3, 930 for the 1 and 980 number 6. Now, are they going to move in? They're approaching start time. The 16 runners for the Magic Millions. And this is the first running of this race on this particular course. Last year it was held at Cheltenham. You might remember the winner was Milkshake. Now, Frementi still on the move behind the line. Mo Dor is the pronunciation of number 7. It means golden word in French. Okay, now they're about to come up. Mo Dor still on the move, along with In Flames. Here's Mo Dor going in now. First one into line. Ran second in one of the lead-up races here, the 2-year-old Open Handicap. On the 8th of February, behind Fragmentation, was making good late ground. Clear Intent, the dappled grey, is about to come in. Fragmentation there in the background. Now coming up is Champagne Gold. Claire Lindop, her first ride in the race. Champagne Gold goes in. One Time's about to come forward. Not a bad debut, ran 5th in the Breeders' Stakes behind Syrinx. Coming up now is King's Choir, which was an impressive winner on the Lakeside track at Sandown. As One Time goes in. Resolved on the move, drawn 16 for Damien Oliver. As now pulling away is Dress Code. Dress Code ran 5th in the Magic Millions race on the Gold Coast, behind Regimental Gal, beaten 2.1 lengths. Fragmentation now ready. Here's Helter Skelter coming forward. Helter Skelter goes in now. One Time and Fragmentation stand up. Next along is King's Choir. Protest at Mornington dismissed. Placing stand with a roughie getting the money. Now next along is File Rapid from the John Hawke stable. Local rider Wayne Kerford rewarded with the ride. In Flames comes up. In Flames goes in. Now coming up now is Dune Warrior. Led all of the way to win at Cranbourne on debut. Beat 3 opponents. Fromenti goes forward. Come On Rory now set. That'll leave Natural Embrace. Raced in the same interests as Fair Embrace, which ran a reasonable race here on Saturday in the Swettenham Stud Stakes. Now Natural Embrace turns away from barrier 14. Gee, I must say though, we're a very relaxed lot going to the gates. You'd think a 1200-metre 2-year-old race they'd be up on toe. Here we go. I've spoken too soon, but when they went around there, they were just a very relaxed group. Now they're trying to straighten Natural Embrace, keeps turning away. And there's one playing up in the stalls, as you may have heard in the background, but we just can't see what that is. The horse seems to have settled again. Here's Dan Rigo coming forward. Now they're going to vet this. It's Helter Skelter. You can see the starter, Lloyd Cromwell, on the walkie-talkie to the chief steward. They're going to have a look at Helter Skelter as Resolve goes to 16. And Natural Embrace is still out of line. Just wonder if we can have a look at this horse trotting out behind Helter Skelter. The vet is having a look at this horse. Phone's about to ring. Now, Helter Skelter is being vetted now. Here comes the news through on Helter Skelter. Got its foot caught and is being vetted. Okay, the horse got its foot caught. We can have a look at that. No, that's not it. Right, here it is, Helter Skelter. Coming forward, looks as though he's been past fit to run. John Powell, down from Queensland. So they're ready. This is the Magic Millions race. The sale starts tonight at 6 o'clock. A new endeavour by Magic Millions and the SAJC, running this race on a Wednesday as a prelude to the sale. Racing now, didn't hold them long. And beginning nicely from out wide was File Rapid, going fast. Fragmentation showing speed, Helter Skelter. Also booting through In Flames, and up there in the early part was Fromenti, followed by Come On Rory. Out very wide on the course was Natural Embrace, then King's Choir, who's one off the rails. And racing about 7th is now Dan Rigo, goes up to 3rd. Now getting back in the field, Modor from One Time. Then Dress Code as they go by the 700, followed by Champagne Gold, and last is Clear Intent. 650 out the leader, Fragmentation from Dan Rigo, 3rd File Rapid, Come On Rory, Natural Embrace. Then on the inside, Helter Skelter from Fromenti. Out very deep, Resolve didn't make the first call. It was that wide and obscured from In Flames, followed by One Time copping a check as Dress Code went by, and Modor coming around the corner at the 400. The leader, Fragmentation on the outside. Dan Rigo's running a big race. Then Come On Rory, Natural Embrace down the centre, runs on. Resolve going well, then followed by out wider on the track, coming home, Dress Code with a late run. It's starting to charge home. Dress Code after Fragmentation. Fragmentation, Dress Code ducking in sharply, but's got it. Dress Code race to Fragmentation. King's Choir is closing late on the outside. It's flying. Dress Code, King's Choir, maybe Dress Code. Could be Dress Code. About a half head on out wide, King's Choir. 3rd Fragmentation. Resolved was a run. Then Come On Rory, Modor, followed by In Flames. One Time had a pretty nasty run in the race, or a checked passage, and did a good job to beat quite a few home, including Champagne Gold, Clear Intent, Dan Rigo knocking up. Further back, Dune Warrior from Fromenti, Helter Skelter, File Rapid, Natural Embrace, all in a bunch at the tail. 1:11.61. And it will win Dress Code number 2, ridden by Noel Callow for Robbie Lang. And Noel had a great day here Saturday with a double. Fragmentation just couldn't keep going. And Dress Code has held the late charge of King's Choir number 3. So 2, Dress Code, Noel Callow for Robbie Lang, who won our derby last year with Pantani. Morphettville, a very happy hunting ground for Robbie. King's Choir, Dan Nikolic, Matthew Ellerton, charging home late. 2, 3, 12's held on for 3rd, Fragmentation. Number 12's run third. So it's 2, 3, 12 and 11's run fourth in the race. Resolved. 2, 3, 12 and 11. 2, 3, 12, 11. 36.78 the sectional. 36.78. And overall 111 and 61 on the Magic Millions. I don't think I called Dune Warrior in the run. I couldn't see it. Gee, they were bunched. There was a big charge soon after the start. There may have been, oh look, I reckon there was at least 10 horses involved in going for the early lead. And I thought the run of the race, outside of, say, dress code, was Resolved. Gee, it was out very deep on the track and did a fair effort, big effort from barrier 16. Well, I thought the margin might have been less, but it is ahead by a long neck. Ahead by a long neck. The breeding of this horse is El Moxie from Ranane, raced by the Let the Good Times Roll syndicate, and they sure will, as Dress Code takes the Magic Millions for 2003.
Across the line, numbers 2, 13 and 12. Fifth in the Magic Millions on the Gold Coast. Dress Code, at its sixth race start, has taken the rich Adelaide Magic Millions. Overall, $330,000 in prize money, and Noel Callow, he is a happy man. 2, 3 and 12 on the feature in Adelaide, the richest race to be held today. Now, just repeating on the race at Mornington, the protest dismissed. The Hareeba, numbers 10, 6 and 1. Call Me Sid, $44.60 and $10. Irish Pride at $2.10. Prince Rubiton at $1.70. Trifecta $1,219, $110.61. The race time on one of the features from Mornington. The Cup is Stormgrass at $3.10, the favourite. A last start third in a transitional handicap at Gosford, was beaten a length and a half. Did strike interference in the run. It's had the 10 starts for 5 wins and 4 placings. Trained by Paul Perry. Jim Cassidy in the saddle. He's already been successful on the opening winner today. Sports Brad at $3.20 for Darren Beedman. It's had the 31 starts for 8 wins and 5 placings. Trained by Gary Portelli. And Sports Brat is resuming today. Its first up record excellent. 5 starts for 3 wins. Ear to Ear is the third pick, and Switched On Time is the fourth pick. And of course, numbers 1, 2, 4 and 7 all top the ratings. The ratings couldn't split them. It's in 2 minutes, the fifth at Gosford. Selections from Ian Craig, 1, 7, 2 and 4. Race 7, Morphettville, correct weight through on the Magic Millions. Dress Code, 5, 10, 220. King's Choir, 270. Fragmentation at 220. The trifecta, 176.10, 111.61 the time for the 1,200 metres. With Dress Code scoring, Noel Callow aboard, Robbie Lang, the winning trainer. Race number 6 at Eagle Farm in fourth, the number to call, 1902 238 238. Pictures are with us now from Gosford as we head trackside to Ian Craig.
So in the ring, Sports Brat, Stormgrass, Switched On Time are the top 3. And on the tote, Sports Brat 270, 140, 330, 150, Stormgrass, and number 7 is at 550 and 170, and that is Switched On Time. Sports Brat's got a wonderful first up record. He's won 4 out of 6 and finished second on the other occasion. Darren Beedman riding him previous of the day went to Jackson, number 3, Jeff Snowden, beat 1 Flying Viking, 4 Zumdinger, and 5 Antonia Rose. Now, Mighty Magic is about to work into the stalls. Mighty Magic requiring horseman Rob Thompson to jump off. Favourite Sports Brat, who's drawn gate 7, and Switched On Time, who's drawn in gate 8, still awaiting for Mighty Magic to move in. Now Mighty Magic is there. Up comes Sports Brat. And Switched On Time moves in. So the field and the Ostark Thunderbolt handicap is already 1,000 metres. 270 in New South Wales, Sports Brat favourites. Ear to Ear's rider wasn't quite set. Mighty Magic. Oh, there's problems in the gates here. Mighty Magic seems to have played up. Sports Brat's rider, Darren Beedman, has bailed out. And they're just about all set to go. And then there was movement and a chain reaction. Now, one of the gatemen is beckoning the ambulance officers to come down towards the stalls and attend same. Now, Cameron George, Chief Steward. What's happening, Cameron?
Sports Brat's been taken out for a veterinary inspection.
Right, okay. So Sports Brat, he's and ear to ear. They're the two horses that will undergo veterinary examinations after that chain reaction in the stalls. There was movement, and Sports Brat and ear to ear became unsettled. And I can see the veterinary surgeon having a good look at the favourite Sports Brat. Ear to ear is now out behind the stalls. We'll await with bated breath here what's going to happen, particularly with Sports Brat. Ear to ear. The vet now having a look at him. And Sports Brat's been led down the track a little, so we'll get a decision in just a matter of moments. Now, that was jolly bad luck. They were just about ready to hop, and then there was movement, and he'd upsettled Sports Brat and ear to ear. And the veterinary surgeon again having a prolonged look at Sports Brat. Now, what's happening here? Oh, ear to ear's out. Well, ear to ear is out. It's been unsaddled. Now, what's Darren doing here with Sports Brat? Is he going to unsaddle him or not? Yep. Sports Brat's been unsaddled, so we'll await confirmation from the stewards, but the two late scratchings will be 1 Sports Brat and 4 ear to ear. 1 and 4 Sports Brat and ear to ear are out of the Thunderbolt at 25 past. 3:20 or 4:25. Well, it wouldn't be quite 4:25. It'll be about 4:22. So, the two late scratchings here at Gosford. Sports Brat, number 1 and 4 ear to ear, and the scratching time 4:22. Now, the starter's come back to his stand, and we're ready for action. Set. Off this time, Sir Canny missed it a length, and Troy Dan flew out, leads a length and a half on Cashed In, followed by Stormgrass and Switched On Time together, followed by Sir Canny, and 2.5, 3 lengths Mighty Magic, late scratchings, 1 Sports Brat and 4 ear to ear, down past the 650, and Troy Dan in front, just over a length now on Switched On Time, Stormgrass in the centre, Cashed In's on the fence, and then Sir Canny, and 6 lengths to Mighty Magic. Down the side of the track they sweep, and Troy Dan held together about a length and a quarter on Stormgrass, Switched On Time 3 deep, Cashed In's over on the fence, and then Sir Canny, and about 7 or 8 lengths to Mighty Magic. Around the corner they travel, and Troy Dan given full bore now, straightens up and opens up by 2 lengths on Stormgrass under the whip, followed then by Switched On Time, and then Cashed In, and Sir Canny's making a dash down the outside, a quick dash, Switched On Time going out after Troy Dan. Sir Canny is picking up Switched On Time, but Switched On Time does too well, hung out a bit near the line, but Switched On Time from Sir Canny and Troy Dan, Cashed In and Stormgrass. Mighty Magic last. Late scratchings were 1 Sports Brat and 4 ear to ear. Well, number 7 has got the prize here. Switched On Time, written by Matt Paget for Bobby Milligan at Taree. Had an inclination to hang a bit in the straight, particularly in the last 100. Switch in Time from Rappaport and owned by the Tubus. Syndicate managed by Ms. M. Silverside. Haven't they had a wonderful 2 or 3 years? Corral Boy, certainly one of the stars of the ownership. Number 6 is second, and that is Sir Canny, ridden by Dale Spriggs, trained by Janelle Butler at Scone, and number 8 is third, and that is Troy Dan by Switch in Time, trained by Luke Griffith at Scone, and Danny Beasley. Number 3 ran fourth, and that was Cashed In. 7, 6, 8, 3. A neck, 3/4, 59.77. 35.90 was the sectional time. Now the totes, 250, 150 number 7, 260 number 6, and there was no third tote there with the 2 late scratchings of 1 and 4. The Quinella 10.20, the Exacta 17.20, trifecta 102.30, and the extra double 15.80. And other tote news is not available here. So that's the story after the fifth, with the favourite at the barrier, a late scratching Sports Brat along with 4 ear to ear. We'll have more shortly.
Okay, thanks Ian. 7, 6 and 8 on the Thunderbolt. Switched on time at that is All the Rage, the Inglis Classic winner, and one of the main hopes for the Golden Slipper coming up in Sydney. It's 12 away. Very interesting race coming up at Gosford. In the meantime, the Mornington Cup, one of the features for the day, next up on Sky Racing. Full update on screen for the Mornington Cup before Sam Hyland jumped aboard Panoramic Lad. Andrew Bensley caught up with him.
Well, the Highlands are back trying to win a Mornington Cup with Panoramic Lad, a horse that got well back in the sale a couple of weeks ago, but gee, it finished off very strong.
Yeah, definitely, Andrew. I mean, his last furlong was the best part of his race, and if he didn't draw barrier 17, we wouldn't have had to give them such a big a start, But
so today, most of the leaders or most of the on-pacers have been winning the race. You should be able to box seat there somewhere from the draw.
For sure. I think there looks to be good speed in this race today, and I would think, 4th, 5th, 6th type thing, having a soft run from that gate. Yeah, he's got to be not too far away. He's pretty consistent. He's never far off him.
What about the 2000? Is that a query?
It is a little bit of a query. I mean, he's had 3 goes over the 2000 for nothing. But he did run 4th in the 2000 at the end of last preparation and was quite strong. Damien Oliver rode him and was happy with the way he went and said that he ran the trip. So, I think providing we're going to have a soft run, I think we can be not far away.
All right, good luck, mate.
Thanks, Andrew.
Pat Hyland, he rides Panoramic Lad for his father in the Cup.
Confirming dividends on race 6 Eagle Farm before we head back to Mornington. Road Spy the winner easily, 670, 190. Show Marshall 920, Chiming Mill 160, trifecta $739. In the lead up to the Mornington Cup, here's Andrew Bensley with Gary Willits.
Okay, Matt, big one of the day, the Carlton Draft Mornington Cup in front of a huge crowd. I reckon this would be a near record crowd for this for the modern era. On track, Go Straight Home is the firm favourite, $3.80 the tote, just under now what they're betting on track. Support coming for Gussie Godiva, good overs at the moment at $6. The rest of them have been easy for the big one. Gary, you're putting the 10 on top.
Yeah, look, I think the horse looks absolutely terrific. I think Keith Flynn's prepared the horse for this. It's drawn to Blad Jurek. He's going to get a lovely run. I think it's important today that they are handy. The 12, Gussie Godiva, it's the biggest test, but gee, she does look well. Yep. And she's another one that's drawn well. She's drawn in 1. She's going to be, hopefully take advantage of that nice draw. The 4, Ascano, interesting runner. It's its 4th run back from a spell. They had really good form earlier on, and gee, I thought it looked terrific in the yard. And the 1, British Bushka, might give Brian Cox his 3rd winner for the day. Does look well. So I mark them 10, 12, 4 and 1.
First horses moving up, quick run through. Favourite's going to be Go Straight Home. Support coming late for Gussie Godiva. British Brusker number 1's drifted on track, near enough on the tote. Ascana's drifted very much under the tote as they move in, Matt, for the Mornington Cup.
Getting set well for the Mornington Cup. It's 10, 12, 4 and 1, top 4 in betting as we head trackside to Greg Miles.
2 favoured runners have drawn next to one another. Go Straight Home, who's